Amy was a lively young woman, the cherished daughter of a wealthy household. She lived with her widowed mother, who devoted herself to Amy's well-being. Every day, her mother ensured she exercised, ate nutritious meals, and took her vitamins, small rituals of care that kept Amy healthy and radiant. One afternoon, while preparing to go out for lunch with her mother, Amy noticed movement outside her bedroom window. A man stood there still, watching. His clothes hung in filthy rags, hair matted and long, a wild beard framing a face she could barely see. Amy's heart pounded. She screamed. Her mother rushed in, alarm flashing in her eyes.
What happened?
Someone was outside staring at me. Dirty clothes, long hair. He looked dangerous.
Her mother searched the grounds but found nothing. She brushed it off, saying it was just an imagination. To change the subject, she said,
Today, I want to introduce you to Ryan Jones. He's a handsome, hardworking young man and has been helping his father with their business. It could be a great business connection for us.
Amy and her mother lunched with Ryan at an upscale restaurant. From the start, his snobbish air was hard to miss. Between bites, he made joking remarks about Amy's outfit and food choices.
That dress is quaint. You really should try the lobster. My family only eats the finest, you know.
Amy shifted uncomfortably, but her mother kept nudging her under the table, whispering to make a good impression. When the meal ended, Ryan invited Amy to dinner the following evening. Amy hesitated, but her mother, beaming, accepted on her behalf. The next morning, a package arrived from Ryan. A stunning dress and matching jewelry.
Wow.
Accompanied by a note requesting she wear them to dinner. Her mother was thrilled, urging Amy to win his heart. That evening, Ryan's chauffeur arrived, explaining Ryan was delayed by a meeting but had sent the car. At the restaurant, Ryan appeared an hour late. As soon as he arrived, he ordered for both without asking Amy's preference, and began boasting of his family's influence.
Everyone in the state knows my father. One call from him and things get done. Our estate alone is worth more than most people's lifetime earnings.
Amy's interest faded with every word. After dinner, he and Amy left in Ryan's car when suddenly his phone rang. A woman's voice came through low, playful, intimate.
I miss you already. Are you coming over?
Ryan chuckled. Then he turned to Amy.
Hop out here, I need to be somewhere.
Stunned, humiliated, and deserted, Amy stepped into the chilly night and watched try and drive away. Then she hailed a taxi. The taxi she hailed broke down, forcing her to walk home in the dark, dress clinging to her in the cold, heels echoing on the empty street. On her way home, Amy noticed movement in the bushes. She ignored thinking it was a stray animal, but she was startled when the same strange man she'd once seen appeared from behind. Amy screamed help and fear, she said.
Here, take my money, but please let me go, the man said calmly.
Hi, my name is David. I picked these flowers for you myself. And here is my phone number. Please call me. I have something very important to tell you.
Amy assumed that the man was just an unsolicited suitor and finally gathered some courage to tell the man off.
I am not interested in speaking with strangers. Don't you know that you should at least shower before approaching a woman?
Hearing this, David was disheartened. He grabbed Amy's hand and placed the flowers before leaving. Amy panicked and ran towards her house. Upon reaching home, Amy narrated the incident to her mother and threw away the flowers and the piece of paper. Her mother picked up the paper and saw the name and phone number written on it. She was terrified upon seeing the note and immediately called a security service agency.
Hello, we need a bodyguard, or rather 2 bodyguards. Please send them over as soon as possible.
Amy laughed at her mother's reaction.
Oh, Mother, you don't have to worry so much. He is just a creep.
But her mother was not convinced. She was scared for her daughter's safety. The next day, two bodyguards arrived at Amy's house. Amy's mother gave them necessary instructions. Meanwhile, David returned home, shaved away his wild beard, and cut his long, tangled hair as he studied his cleaner reflection. A little girl emerged and wrapped her arms around him. Days later, Amy sat by her bedroom window when she noticed David approaching their gate. She braced herself to watch the bodyguards stop him, but instead, her mother walked out to speak with him. To Amy's disbelief, she saw her hand over a bag thick with cash. David refused, speaking briefly, then turned and left. Curiosity gnawed at her. She decided not to confront her mother yet, but to follow David. She trailed him through side streets, until suddenly David collapsed on the street. Alarmed, Amy came out of hiding to check on him. She wasted no time and immediately called an ambulance. Amy stayed by his side as doctors treated David for malnutrition. When she returned a few days later, his bed was empty. A nurse explained he had no insurance, so he'd been discharged, but had left an address in the hospital records. The address led her to a crumbling house in a rundown neighborhood. The front door hung ajar. Inside, dust and silence filled the rooms until she entered one that froze her in place. There was a photograph of her, laughing beside David and holding a little girl. Her pulse quickened. She immediately fled home to confront her mother. Voices rose in a heated exchange before her mother finally spoke the truth. David was Amy's husband. She had eloped with him at 19, but her mother always knew that he was lazy and after her wealth. So when Amy met with an accident that led to partial amnesia and robbed her of some memories, her mother moved her far away to keep David from finding her. Amy did not want to leave her mother. She told her that she had seen David refuse the money that was offered to him by Amy's mother. After this, Amy went to see David. David's heart pounded when he saw Amy at his door. For years, he had imagined this moment. Holding their little girl, he searched her face for recognition, but saw only polite confusion. He told her about everything: their marriage, their child, the day he lost Amy. Then he went in and brought out a heavy bag of cash. Amy was shocked to see such a huge amount of cash in the bag.
Why do you live in this neighborhood and don't have health insurance? If you have so much money...
I had agreed to pay $1 million to your mother. Only then did she agree to let you stay with me. I worked, scraped, and saved every penny for 6 years. When I finally came to pay you, you were gone.
Amy's shock deepened when he placed the worn bottle of vitamins in her hand.
You dropped this when I saw you the other day.
David was suspicious when Amy didn't recognize him, so he inquired about the pills while he was at the hospital. Turns out Amy never suffered from partial amnesia. Her mother had been giving her drugs to induce amnesia in the guise of vitamins and erase her life with David. Amy was shaken upon the turn of events, sir. She reached for David's hand and spoke softly.
David, I'm really sorry for everything. Let me care for you and our daughter. You owe my mother nothing.
Overwhelmed, the little girl sat there sobbing, before wrapping her small arms around both parents. In that embrace, years of separation and pain began to fade. David and Amy rented a small apartment. David invested all his savings to start his own business. Soon, David's business flourished and they became one of the wealthiest families of the country. One evening, Amy's mother arrived at their door. Tears welled up in her eyes as she admitted to being ashamed for her behavior and apologized to David and Amy. Amy and David forgive the mother, but Amy was never able to trust her mother completely. Do you think Amy should trust her mother again? Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon, because I serve the best tea. See you next time.